Live from the RSC Television Studios on the SUNY Oneonta campus, this is Oneonta News Now. I'm Joanna Weidenhammer.
And I'm Caitlin Horrett.
Coming up next, we have your campus and local news. Stay tuned to Oneonta News Now.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
15 SUNY Oneonta students enrolled in Political Science 280 participated in the 2018 National Model United Nations Conference in New York City from March 18th to the 22nd. The Oneonta delegation represented the country of Malaysia and earned an Honorable Mention Award for remaining in character, participating in committee and properly using the rules of procedure. During the conference, students confronted a range of topics from the perspective of their assigned country as they proposed solutions to global concerns and discussed current world issues. They gained a better understanding to the inner workings of the UN and honored their skills in debate, conflicted resolution, and compromise. They meet and work with students from all parts of the world and from a variety of institutional types to understand the issues facing the world and to craft student-driven solutions, said political science professor Robert Compton, who advises the group and accompanied them to New York City. In that process, our students learned about the importance of international cooperation, but also the strengths and limits of the United Nations. Few experiences provide this type of practice where theory meets action.
In local news, on Friday night, the First United Methodist Church in Oneonta opened its doors for a world-renowned pianist benefit concert. Pianist Teresa Walters has performed around the world at venues such as New York City's Carnegie Hall and the Great Hall in Moscow. The church pews were nearly filled Friday night with concertgoers who came to enjoy the performance. The concert was an effort in raising money for the church's restoration project. Since 2005, the church has restored 10 out of 26 stained glass windows, according to business manager Jeff Gardner. Walters has wanted to play in the area as she and her husband keep a cottage here before embarking on a European tour.
For world news, a man bit off more than he could chew when he tackled the world's hottest chili, the so-called Carolina Reaper, and was left with excruciating headaches. In the first ever recorded such case, the next few days after eating the veggie, the man experienced short splitting pains lasting seconds at a time. The 34-year-old, who was not identified, had eaten just one of the chilies at a chili eating contest in upstate New York. Immediately after the competition, he began dry heaving and developed intense neck and head pain starting at the back, which later spread across the whole head. He then developed crushingly painful headaches, and at one point, he decided to go to the emergency room. The patient told doctors he did not have any tingling sensation or weakness, slurred speech, or transient loss of vision, and he had just a slightly high blood pressure of 134/69. Tests for various neurological conditions came back negative until scans revealed several arteries in his brain had constricted.
A Hancock couple has been arrested in connection to stealing 4 snowmobiles and then were charged for illegally growing marijuana, according to Delaware deputies' media release on Thursday. Deputies helped the Danville Borough Police Department this week with an investigation into a theft of a 20-foot snowmobile trailer and 4 snowmobiles, altogether valued at more than $11,500. On Tuesday night, deputies recovered 2 of the 4 stolen snowmobiles on Delaware County Highway 67, Sands Creek Road, in the town of Hancock. The other 2 were recovered on Airport Road in the town of Deposit. Tammy L. Moore, 43 of Deposit, was charged for driving while intoxicated under Leandra's Law, a Class E felony, for having a child under 16 in the vehicle, and misdemeanors of driving while ability impaired by drugs, 7th-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance, which was oxycodone, and endangering the welfare of a child. Moore's bail is set for $2,500 cash or $5,000 bond. Wednesday morning, Matthew C. Mason, 28 of Sands Creek Road, was charged with 3rd-degree criminal possession of a stolen property, a Class D felony. His bail is set at $10,000 cash or $20,000 bond and is pending a felony hearing. When investigators searched the shared residence of Moore and Mason, they seized marijuana plants, some processed marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and unused glass-like bags commonly used in packaging heroin. Deputies said investigations continue and additional charges may be filed.
Thanks, Caitlin. We have your local entertainment news when we come back. Stay tuned to Oneonta News Now.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
We're back with your local entertainment news update with Natalie Costanza. What's going on campus this week, Natalie?
Island weather is expected this weekend. Just in time for Woney Island. Come join your favorite campus radio station, 90.9 FM WONY, for their annual spring concert. This event will feature on-campus groups such as St. Tommy, At Second Glance, and Metroverts, as well as other groups from across the tri-state area. The radio station will be holding the show from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. in the Fine Arts Center Amphitheater. If weather is inclement, it will be moved to the upstairs concert hall M201 in the music wing of Fine Arts. This event is part of the radio station's alumni weekend, so come out and join current and past WONY members for this tropical treat. Let's chill and grill, Oneonta. Join the resident student organization this Tuesday, April 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. as they host their first ever Chill and Grill. This event is the perfect way to de-stress before finals. There will be yard game tournaments where you can win prize packages, your favorite picnic foods catered by Sodexo, and live music from our campus radio station, 90.9 FM WONY. Dylan Silvaggi and Joey Tagarelli from WONY's Tuesday night show will be spinning your favorite tunes. Our campus service fraternity, Alpha Phi Omega, will be helping to lead mental health awareness activities such as making scent jars and candygrams for finals week. The event will be held in the Willsbach patio between McDuff and Madison residence halls and in the CME if the weather is inclement. Coming in hot off of their 33rd place finish at the College and University Poetry Slam Invitational, CUPSI for short, our very own SUNY Oneonta Poetry Slam Association will be hosting their Glitter Box Slam this Wednesday, April 11th at 8 p.m. in the Hunt Union Waterfront Room. Join PSA as they host their final slam of the year. They will be pulling random memes, jokes, and vines, and whatever else you can think of out of the glitter blocks and immediately slamming about it on the spot. You won't want to miss this high-energy event. PSA will also be performing the slam they brought to CUPSI that they performed this past weekend in Philadelphia. Let's see our Poetry Slam Association sparkle at the Glitter Box Slam. Pretty neat to have this opportunity that our Poetry Slam had, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's really funny that they're going to do memes and other
Yes,
stuff like
I
that.
know.
That's different.
Me too.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
definitely.
I think it'll be a shining example of their talent.
Yeah.
Funny.
Well, thank you so much, Natalie, for joining
Yes.
us. We have your national news coming up, so stay tuned to ONN.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
In national news, Tracy Dean, 47, who has been a bus driver for Alpine School District in Utah for 10 years, recently began braiding the hair of a young student on her morning route. 11-year-old Isabella Pieri lost her mother 2 years ago after a long battle with a rare disease. For years, Isabella's father has raised her on his own, but one thing that is hard for many dads is doing hair. One day, Isabella got the courage to ask her bus driver to braid her hair, and now she does it every morning on the bus. I can tell she was struggling with her hair, Dean told ABC News. Dean, who has 4 children of her own, said it's no big deal to braid Isabella's hair each morning. It's just the way my mom raised me, to be nice to everyone, people who need a little love in their life, Dean said. I like to give all of the kids a chance, even the naughty kids. Isabella's father, Philip Pieri, said he's extremely grateful to Dean for being so kind to his little girl.
New York State is starting to look at the possibility of legalizing marijuana, despite Governor Andrew Cuomo has never favored the movement, calling it a gateway drug. The complicated and controversial discussion comes as neighboring state Massachusetts voted to legalize marijuana in 2016, and New Jersey is also beginning to consider it. Governor Cuomo may have a change of mind to avoid losing revenue to other states. Cuomo says if there is an opportunity for revenue and regulation, and we can do it in a way that law enforcement can handle it, then that's a real option. In the past, I have not supported legalizing marijuana. The situation is changing. I said, let's do a study. In an odd twist, the governor is getting support from New York City's First Lady, Charlene McCray. She says, I believe we should legalize it because I don't think people should be penalized and punished for using it. Both Mayor de Blasio and his wife have coped to smoking weed when they were younger, but the mayor is still on the fence when it comes to making it legal. The consequences of legalizing marijuana are controversial, but the lure of quick cash may be hard to ignore. Marijuana became a billion-dollar business after Colorado legalized weed, bringing in hundreds of millions in new tax revenue. New York's study is expected to be completed by the fall.
In small communities throughout northern New Mexico, there are veterans who either cannot afford a car or are too old or disabled to drive to and from their medical treatment. For the last 16 years, a pair of retired Army soldiers have volunteered their time to drive disabled veterans up and down Interstate 25. Mil Ortega, 85, has been driving the route since 2002. Bernardo Jaramillo, 70, joined a year later after learning about Ortega's work from one of the passengers. When I was wounded in Vietnam, my brothers in arms, they never left me or the other guys behind, Jaramillo told the news. The reason I do this is they never let me down, and I don't intend to let them down. I don't care from what war we gotta serve them, because they served us.
Fire crews controlled a massive brush fire that covered more than 325 acres in Chesterfield County Saturday afternoon, according to officials from South Carolina Forestry Commission. Multiple fire departments, including the South Carolina Forestry Commission, battled the fire that spread through an area of mature pine trees off Highway 1 in Teals Mill Road near Patrick. Officials said Saturday's rain showers helped put out the wildfire. Cheraw Fire Chief Marvin Murray said at one point the fire threatened 10 to 15 homes and most of the residents evacuated for their safety, but those residents were able to return to their homes. Officials did say that 3 structures and 2 boats were damaged. Authorities also said that someone was doing a controlled burn when it got out of control. Pictures showed forestry workers using heavy equipment to cut fire lines around the blaze in an effort to control it. They used 8 bulldozers and a plane to direct them from the air. The fire was just one of several burning across the Charlotte region Friday, causing smoke and hazy conditions in the city.
Thanks, Caitlin. When we come back, Dustin Pennington, or I believe Yvonne, will take a look at your 5-day weather forecast. Stay tuned with us.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Oneonta News Now. Let's find out what the weather has in store for us this week with our meteorologist, Yvonne.
Hey guys, well, we have our headlines right now. Today we saw a mix of sun, clouds, and a few flurries as those clouds moved in Oneonta and also moved out of Oneonta. So unfortunately, those clouds are going to stick around, but we will see temperatures jumping into the 50s. And unfortunately, once again, that rain is going to move through, and we're going to see it this week and into the weekend. But today it was 42 degrees, mostly cloudy. We had some clouds and snow and some sun. But tonight we have a 10% chance of some showers, and it's going to be a low of 34 degrees. As we take a look at our northeast temperatures, we see that in the north, we see that in the north we have temperatures in the 30s. In central New York, temperatures are in the 40s. And then as we look into New York City, temperatures are in the 50s, which is pretty warm. Our northeast temperatures, with our radar, we have that there's definitely some precipitation moving into Oneonta and also moving out, and that's when we're going to see that light rain start to move into our area. Tomorrow is going to be a high of 51 degrees, which is warm compared to last week with those light showers, and it's going to be cloudy. Tomorrow, our forecast, we're going to have that precipitation is going to move into our area along with that warm front and the low pressure system. But as we get into Friday, we see that low pressure system really start to move into Oneonta, and we can see light to moderate chance of showers. Then we see that we have that cold front right behind it, so we're going to have temperatures dropping back into the 40s. Here's your 5-day forecast. Wednesday, 43 degrees with a low of 34. Thursday, it's going to be cloudy, a high of 51 degrees with a low of 40. Friday, also cloudy, 65 degrees with a low of 48. Saturday and Sunday, we see temperatures go from 64 to 46 degrees. And you can follow us on our social media page. And let's check back in with Steve outside of RSC.
Today's weather in Oneonta started with on and off snow showers this morning with temperatures in the high 20s. Once afternoon rolled around, it got sunny and rose up to 45. Tonight, showers are expected to start at 9 and end at 12 and then continue in the morning.
Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Johanna.
A fire that broke out on the 50th floor of the Midtown Manhattan Trump Tower left 1 person dead and 6 firefighters injured. According to the FDNY, the NYPD identified the victim as 67-year-old Todd Brassner, a resident of the building's 50th floor. Brassner was taken to the hospital in critical condition and died later, said fire department. Spokeswoman Angelica Conroy, the 6 firefighters' injuries were thankfully not life-threatening. Fire Commissioner Daniel Nigro said the upper-level residential floors of the building was not equipped with fire sprinklers, something Donald Trump personally vouched for in 1999, despite a March 1999 proposal requiring sprinkles in all New York residential buildings with 4 or more units in each apartment and the common hallway. Trump Tower is allowed to remain sprinkler-free because it was built in 1983, 16 years before the proposal was passed.
2 people were killed in a car crash in Las Vegas Saturday night when a tire fell off one vehicle and through another's windshield. The crash occurred at about 7:40 p.m. on U.S. Highway 95, according to Nevada Highway Patrol. A red Chevrolet Tahoe was traveling south when its left rear tire fell off and entered the northbound travel lanes, said Trooper Travis Smaka. The tire then hit the front windshield of a northbound gray Honda CR-V, causing part of the roof to collapse into the car. The 2 passengers, a 24-year-old woman in the front passenger seat and a 15-year-old boy in the back, were hospitalized and later died. The investigation on the crash is still underway, but police say there appeared to be an equipment malfunction with the tire.
Thanks, Joanna. Stay tuned to O&M for your weekly sports update with Austin Teitelbaum.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Welcome back to Oneonta News Now. So, Austin, what's going on in sports this week?
Well, Caitlin and Joe, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to sports, so let's get right to it. For Red Dragons news, women's lacrosse cruises past New Paltz 17-7. Senior Taylor Casey tailed 6 times today to lead SUNY Oneonta women's lacrosse team past New Paltz 17-7. The 6 goals for Casey matched her career high performance from earlier in the season, giving her 31 on the season, which leads the team after spotting New Paltz' pair of early goals. Oneonta stormed back with 5 unanswered to grab control of the contest. Senior Jamie Morris led the attack with 3 goals, while Casey and junior Lauren Benchett each had 1 goal. Oneonta will be home this Saturday to face Oswego beginning at 1 p.m. The LMV season has just begun, but we already have the biggest story of the year. Los Angeles Angels rookie phenom Ohtani has the potential to completely redefine the definition of MVP. Ohtani has been worthy of the hype surrounding his arrival in the United States. The Japanese star, who worked as both a starting pitcher and a designated hitter, ended his second week in the majors with a dominant start Sunday against the Oakland Athletics. Carrying a perfect game into the 7th inning, he ultimately gave up 1 walk and 1 hit with 12 strikeouts in 7 innings. It was his second win in 2 starts, but that's not doing this season justice. Ohtani's four-seam fastball is averaging 98.7 miles and topping out at 100 miles, producing a swinging strike rate of 8%. The 6th highest this season has split-finger fastball. He struck out 13 and 19 batters, ending on the pitch. Ohtani is just the 3rd player in MLB history to get 2 wins and 3 dingers in the team's first 10 games. The last person to do it was Jim Shaw in 1919, but his 3 home runs in Washington Senators' first 10 games ended up being the only one to hit all season. Folks, if you are not watching this guy, you're missing out. All right. It was a brutal long weekend for the Yankees, who dropped 3 of 4 over the weekend. Yankees lost nearly as many games as the Orioles as they did to the disabled list. There are plenty of reasons for the Yankees losing. They had a 5-0 lead. The bullpen had a rough beginning to the season, but nobody but Didi Gregorius is hitting. Everyone is hurting. At yesterday's lineup with Neil Walker hitting cleanup, it's an abomination. And yet no one else in the roster is taking the heat like Stanton is. But then no one else came in such high expectations over the $25 million salary through 10 games. Stanton is hitting .167 with 3 home runs and 20 strikeouts and 42 at-bats. And with his second platinum sombrero of the homestand, he made a little bad baseball history after 0-for-7 afternoon in which he stranded the runners. At one point, the Orioles walked the batter in front of him to get to Stanton, something he never had before in the NHL, in the National League. After all, it was just 10 games in the long season. Stanton said he planned to spend Monday's off day working on his swing before the Yankees take on the red-hot Red Sox. It might be a mercy for the Stanton that the series in Boston. Okay, Yankee fans, I know we're not doing too hot, but, I mean, the Mets are doing okay. I guess you can just watch them. But that's it for your weekly sports report.
Thanks, Austin. Join us again next time for your up-to-date news, sports, weather, and more. I'm Caitlin Horrit.
And I'm Joanna Weinhammer. This is Oneonta News Now. Have a great night.